Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel on YouTube. Haven't recorded in a while, but Trey Murphy is back, so I decided, let's make a video about him. And the Pelicans are pretty interesting. They're finally finding their groove after a bit of a rocky start. They made it through the in-season tournament. They made it to the quarterfinals, won their group over like the Nuggets, and I think the Rockets, right, and the Mavericks. And yeah, they had a pretty tough group. If I'm thinking of the right, yep, it was Houston, Dallas, Denver, and the Clippers, and they went 3-1, over those four teams. Um, so they're having a pretty solid start in the in-season tournament. Needs to improve their standings a little bit in their regular season, but a big help for that will be the title of this video is about Trey Murphy. The subject of this video is about Trey Murphy, so might as well take a look about how he impacted the game today or last night. And the funny thing is, on the Pelicans, only a couple people shoot, more than a couple 3-point attempts per game. Ingram doesn't really shoot that many threes. Zion definitely doesn't shoot that many threes this season. He's barely at, point 0.1, point 0.1, point 0.3 3-point attempts per game. And the funny thing is, the Pelicans are actually 30 and 3-point attempts. And that's even with, like, Jordan Hawkins basically, just shooting basically every time he touches the ball on the 3-point line. Matt Ryan, they even brought in for, like, I think 10 or 12 games just to, provide some spacing for their stars. But the most important of those, spacers is the guy that returned last night, Trey Murphy. And, he definitely gets them up. He already shot 10 3-pointers in his first game back last night of the season, and he made 4 of them. So he's a 40% shooter, and that's basically what he did last night, 4 out of 10. But the connectivity and the spacing and just like the general threat that he is from behind the 3-point line and then off closeouts as well. So I want to take a look at some of those clips because he was just really impressive last night. So this time he's actually putting some rim pressure. Obviously it's the Spurs, so it's not the best barometer for to see how the Pelicans played overall, but it was impressive to see Trey Murphy come back straight away with 18 points. This time he just gets some rim pressure, kicks it out to Herb Jones, and he gets an easy 3. That's just like simple stuff that the Pelicans were kind of missing for a lot of their guys. Like I said, him and CJ are the only ones that basically shoot 3-pointers, and Hawkins. But Hawkins, his minutes are not really that consistent. And then he can affect the defensive end as well. Of course, he's like 6'10". Get through the lane, finishes in the paint, tough finish over Vassell and Sohan over him. So that's a nice finish right there as well. Another defensive play. He can double when he needs to. He can block shots. He had one block this game as well. This time is this is what, like, the main focus of this video is, like, the pick and rolls relationship that he has with Zion Williamson, and hopefully in the future with Brandon Ingram as well. As soon as he gets 2 to the ball, Zion's kicking it back out. He's a perfect pair for Zion because Zion's not really much of a shooter from outside, like I said. Barely attempts a 3 per game, if that. So just an easy kick out. Then he can attack the closeouts as well. So we know he was in the dunk contest a couple years ago. He's a high flyer. Gets past the closeout and slams it through. But you can just see the easiness that him and when he's on the floor, how easy it is for the Pelicans to score and how dangerous this offense can be. You got Daniels in this corner. You got Jordan Hawkins in this corner, and then Cody Zeller in the ducker spot, and then Trey Murphy sending that pick and roll for Zion. Pick and pop, I should say. As soon as 2 goes to the ball, especially he's a big guy, right? So who's closing out? It's either Valanciunas or Osman. Osman goes to Zion. Valanciunas is not Valanciunas. I think it's I forget what his name is, Mukalashvili. But anyways, most big guys are not quick enough to stay with him, and he can be really effective off the roll or off the pop. And I hope he continues to develop his roll game, his screen setting game, because he can be so dangerous using that type of play. This time he's just floating up the wing. He's shifting up the wing. Brandon Ingram drives. Nice kick out by Brandon Ingram in the air. Knockdown shooter, 40%. It's easy, simple offense for the Pelicans. CJ comes off a screen. It's just spacing that he provides is so valuable to this team. And look at that. There's like 4 players in the paint. Yeah, there's like 4 players in the paint when he drives, almost 5. Even Osman, is trying to help out for some reason. But he's probably just helping on the role of, not the role, but the dunker spot of Valanciunas. And he gets that role. He gets that pass, to Trey Murphy, and he knocks down the 3. So really just good, drive and kick. We just really just such a dangerous weapon for this Pelicans team. This time you see another kind of fake handoff. Fake handoff from Zion to Trey Murphy. Sorry, I went back. Yeah, just a fake handoff, Zion to Trey Murphy. This time Hawkins passes back to Murphy. And Murphy can add a little bit more of this to this game, then he can be, super effective, pretty much in, not all-star level player, but almost like a borderline all-star level player. If he can start creating some of his own offense as well, because, if he just can create enough space for himself, he can, knock down the shot over pretty much anybody at his, 6'10" frame. Nice step back going to his left side. This time the actual handoff, basically screen, dribble handoff, basically acts as a screen. And you can see how low Keldon Johnson is right here. So Osman is pretty low as well. Trey Murphy just steps back right into the 3. And he's such a dangerous shooter. So you can kind of see that, Osman was sticking to Murphy right there, but the threat of Zion is creating so much havoc that people forget that, he's such a big shooter. And if you're late to that contest, you're not really contesting his shot, because he's, like I said, he's 6'10". Nice steal on the weak side by Trey Murphy. Kick it ahead. And, let CJ work in transition, basically, with no rim protection. Another handoff. Trey Murphy. I think Keldon Johnson maybe sagging a little bit off of him, just to, like I said, help on the drives from Zion. He's just a bit of a trailer, and give him an inch of space, and he'll definitely take that 3. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 18 points. First game back with the Spurs. Like I said, he took 10 threes, made 4 of them, 40%. Not afraid to put some shots up, and he gets a steal and a block, and gets some rebounds as well. So really effective player for the Pelicans, and they're just gonna continue to grow. They're gonna continue to build chemistry with all their guys. Hopefully, they stay healthy with most of them. And I'm excited to see them play the Kings in the in-season tournament. That should be a fun game. Really looking forward to that game, a knockout single elimination game. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe we'll do a knockout preview, quarterfinal preview in the next video. See you.